the channel all about Viking Age instruments and Viking Age music and of course sometimes other stuff. Today we are going to talk about the Træluren. In English it would be wooden trumpet or wooden horn, and other Scandinavian names would be also Näverlur and Birkebarklur. Well, it's a very, very old instrument indeed. Here in Denmark, we have two findings of wooden horns. And we have two from, one is from Herning, the other one is from Holing, and one of them was found in an old well. Well, they were really good preserved, and one of them have a slight curvature to it, and they are both about 80 centimeters long. Now, they are dating, the oldest one of them is dating 2,500 years back, so we're in the Iron Age. And we have one also from the Oseberg ship burial, where in a wooden chest there was also a wooden lure, also about 80 centimeters long. Now, here we see it. This one is slightly longer. It's a bit more modern version of it. How and why were they using them? Well, first of all, we can presume it's not a music instrument in that term. It's more like a trumpet. It's a signal instrument. Of course, you can play some basic tunes on it, but we may have to imagine that it could have been in some rituals. It could have been used certainly to signaling, early warning system. You can imagine maybe you were afraid of some kind of attack and people could be outside and scouting, and then when they saw something they could make a signal with the horn to the next person who hear it, and then signaling again, and so on. You can make a link of horn blowers so you can warn a city or a village. You could also use it in war purpose, signaling some kinds of signals to attack or withdraw, or maybe do some other tactical things. A horn also would be useful to make the signals. I don't think that they were taking those on board ships because it's made of wood, and we know wood and water really don't mix very good together. There, I think they would use more big cow horns for that purpose, to signaling in fog and so on. Now, in the more recent time, especially in Norway and in Sweden, they were still using those Näverlur for calling the cattle in the evening. So you would go out and then you would blow some signals to call the cows home. And some are still playing on them in Norway and Sweden. Here in Denmark, it's not very, I don't know anybody who's doing it. But we also had them in Denmark in the old days. Now, how is a wooden lure constructed? Basically, you take a long branch, then you cleave it in two halves, then you carve out the hole and the trumpet ending, you carve it out, and then again you put them together with some, in that time it would be fish glue or cheese glue or something like that. You would glue them together, and then you would bind them with birch bark, make a binding all the way, so you are sure it will stick together. And we also see it in Finland, where they actually would take birch bark from a tree in a long roll, and then they would actually doing like a, also making a horn that way. So it's very common in the very old times. Now, I'm not going to blow this here in this room because it is insanely loud. And I will really not like to annoy the neighbors. But I made a little intro in the start of the video, and I'll play some more so you can hear it. And I'll play that now. Now you heard the horn, and of course I have just had it not very long, so I'm still practicing. But the problem is I cannot really practice at home. I have to go outside, but I really don't like to go outside because it's winter. Yeah, we just had Christmas, and New Year is tomorrow, and but I'm planning to make one myself, and the one I will make is only also going to be about 80 centimeters long. So it will maybe go like here. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the Træluren, the wooden horn, and it's very nice, and I'm looking forward to when the Viking season is finally kicking off again, so I can bring it out to the Viking Center and really annoy some people with it. So yeah, that was actually all for today. And I would also like to say Happy New Year, Godt Nytår to all my followers and people who are watching my channel. And for that purpose, I have brought forth my Christmas present I got from my wife. It's a copy of the Jellinge Beacon. And so I'll say cheers, skål, Godt Nytår, Happy New Year, see you next year. Skål.